Namaskalat mevrouw. En ik heb daar gezien voor mijn grootdraad mevrouw. Ze was papa baba. Hij is met mij lief zwaar mevrouw. Maar ik heb daar klein gezien grootdraad mevrouw. En ze is de zoetste beer op die jaar mevrouw. Hij is met mij lief zwaar mevrouw.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Coffee with Cartwheels show hosted by Marika and I. Hey, Marika.
Hi, Karen.
Once again, due to social distancing, it is difficult to hear what the driver is saying. But we love to show you these inserts as Charlotte grew up in his yard as a foal, and she was the best behaved one and clearly loved and appreciated. You can see that the bond between them is awesome. We hope you all had a great Women's Day and were absolutely spoilt and felt the love. This month, we are, as you know, dedicating to all the beautiful women in our community to celebrate Women's Day, which was celebrated on the 9th of August, and we will continue the theme. As I am a dedicated woman fundraiser for Cartwheels, I was working on our script for today, so I hope you enjoyed as much as I love putting it together for you. As you know, the horses always come first, and the show must go on. Today, folks, we have yet another great lineup for you. We will be talking to Dr. Lauren Brewis, who is an equine vet from Cape Veterinary Equine Practice. We will be telling you all about our veterinary services that we offer. So do stay tuned, and then another heartwarming story in our Down Memory Lane feature, Women's Day Humanity Walk with a Cartwheels.
Your American accent came through there.
Oh my goodness.
If you've just tuned in, you are watching Coffee with Cartwheels, and we are thrilled to have you with us on this glorious Wednesday afternoon. Please like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, and don't feel shy to hit the share button. Please also tell us where you're tuning in from in the comments section. We would love to hear from you.
Folks, today we are very lucky to have Lauren Brewis with us. Not only is Dr. Lauren an equine vet, but one of our committee members and a mom to two bouncing, very busy toddlers. She is also part of an all-woman team at Cape Vet with Dr. Kate and Dr. Lee, as we know them. We had to pre-record this interview as being a vet, you are on notice 24/7 for a horse in need. Cape Vet is 100% equine practice consisting of predominantly sport and hack horses and with 30% racing and stud work. Lauren joined Cape Vet in November 2012, and her special interests is in equine medicine and nutrition. There were a few hiccups with this interview, and I apologize for my badly mannered rescued Lucy Lou for being so demanding at the very wrong time. Welcome, Lauren, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, it's great to see you too. What made you decide to become a vet?
Well, I always knew I wanted to work with animals. And when I was young, you don't really know a lot coming out of high school. I thought of marine biology and a number of other things. And then, so I did a BSc at Stellenbosch, and I started that. And that's when I realized that a lot of people from that stream were going into veterinary. And it was something that I started thinking of a little bit more seriously. And so I got a job at Blue Cross Veterinary Hospital, and that's when it really sort of started to take shape. But I did unfortunately struggle to get into veterinary, so I finished my BSc degree. By that stage, I changed to a BSc Agriculture in Animal Science, and realized that was a good stream to go in, gave me a very well-rounded animal-based degree, so I could go into a number of things. And I finished that at Stellenbosch, and then I went overseas for a year. I think I actually took a 2-year break and eventually managed to get into veterinary, and then came back to South Africa to study. And I guess the rest is history.
Yeah. Lovely story.
all of the vets at your practice happen to be women. Is that a coincidence, or was that designed on purpose?
I don't think it was designed on purpose, but we're not complaining. I think it just so happens that's just been available for hire at the time that we've needed new people, and it's just the way that Cape Vet has taken its path. So yeah.
Okay.
Women aren't traditionally seen to work with big animals. How is it that you came to work with equines, horses?
I'd always liked horses. I used to ride, actually since I was 9, and I think you guys have had the riding center on. Kim taught me to ride when I was much younger. And so I'd always had a passion for horses. But when I went into veterinary, I decided to keep an open mind and see what path sort of it took. And it just happened to bring me back to horses. I don't see my size or my strength as a disadvantage in large animal practice. I actually see it as an advantage because we're not very overbearing on the horses or threatening to them. And I think sometimes that, especially in the nervous horses and the carties per se, I think that actually acts as an advantage.
Okay, so do you find that there's a difference between working with private horses and with the cart horses?
Yeah, carties are a breed of their own, and not in a bad way. In a good way. They never cease to amaze me in the strength and the resilience that they have, and also in the way that they can trust people or learn to trust again after some of the situations that they've been in. Mm-hmm. So I feel often they have a reason, and sometimes they're easier to work with because a lot of them are very well handled and very well trained, so they actually are quite good.
Okay, and then what do you? I think you basically answered, but what do you like most about the cart horses?
Yeah, like I said, it's never, no two horses are the same. They don't play by the rules per se. They certainly haven't read the textbooks, and yeah, their resilience just never. It just astounds me sometimes in some things where you think they're either not going to pull through or they would be so much more painful. They're really tough, and they fight back, and I really enjoy working with them. It always it gives me a lot of scope. We see some very interesting cases. They bring in lots of stuff that keeps us on our toes, so it's always a challenge, and that I also enjoy.
Oh, that's good.
Wonderful. Yeah. Lauren, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And thanks for all that everybody does there for the carties, and long may we continue.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, that was a very interesting, and as you can see, a little bit of a challenging interview with Lucy Lou. But Dr. Lauren and her colleagues at Cape Vet are amazing equine vets, and they look after our cart horses as if they were their own and never give up trying to find a solution to the problem they are facing. Thank you, ladies, for always being there for our horses at a moment's notice.
Yeah, indeed. As Dr. Lauren said, the cart horses didn't read the textbooks, and they always keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah, so right. Folks, next up, we will be talking about some of our veterinary cases and the service that we offer to the cart horse owners. Folks, a thin, lame, sick or injured cart horse does not only pose a welfare concern, but also has an extreme adverse effect on the earning capacity of the cart horse operator. The death or permanent lameness of a working cart horse due to lack of accessibility to veterinary care could contribute to the cycle of poverty in which many live. We provide free veterinary services, yes, free, to all working cart horses. to all cart horse owners. Our qualified equine welfare practitioners are available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They are able to diagnose and treat a variety of injuries and illnesses. Common cases seen are, unfortunately, motor vehicle accidents, colic, poisoning, dog attacks, mares falling down, respiratory infections, dehydration, and exhaustion. In severe cases, horses are hospitalized and are treated by consultant veterinarians. We average between 50 to 100 treatments a month, and we also provide dentistry and gelding services on a needs basis. Deworming is administered every 3 months, and tetanus vaccinations are once a year. The cart horse owners know that we are only a phone call away, and having to resort to their own home remedies is not necessary anymore due to our education efforts over the past 26 years. Once again, showcasing that education and relationship building is key and part of the services we offer, which is clearly one vital aspect of what we do.
As we said last week, and as you may have seen in the newspapers, last year there was quite a bit of research done by the World Horse Welfare on how COVID-19 has affected all working equid owners across the world. But here in the Western Cape, about 86% of our cart horse owners rely on their horses for 100% of their income. Times are tough for everyone, and we ask that you help us help them. For a mere 250 Rand, one horse will get 4 bales of oat hay, 2 bags of 10%, plus a set of shoes. This goes a long way towards keeping a cart horse happy and healthy in its work. Since we are all working from home, we are missing out on the antics of the 3 office cats. But we're all animal lovers, so we have animals at home to help make sure that we keep working very hard. Today, I will show you a little bit of my home office cats.
I never was much of a cat person. That is, until 13 February 2018. A skinny ginger cat was plonked onto my desk at work. He had to go for some tests first before I would allow myself to get attached. Then he had a bath to rid himself of the many fleas. After that, there was no going back. And so, Valentino came into my life. He was so thin and tired that for 2 weeks he didn't do anything besides eat and sleep. Shortly afterward, a friend of mine who also works in animal welfare was given a litter of kittens. I thought I would get my daughter a kitten to replace her hamster that had died. But then I couldn't get one child a kitten and not the other. So we ended up with 3 cats. About a year later, the 3rd little creature made his way into our lives. And then there were 4.
Oh my goodness.
As you can see, they're not so good at working. They're very good at sleeping.
But you've done an amazing job, especially with Valentino. I remember the day he arrived. He was so emaciated, and he's a fat cat now, and clearly very, very loved. And that purr is just absolutely adorable. You are definitely the cat lady now.
I am.
Folks, up next, please join us down memory lane. The CEO of Artscape, Marlene Leroux, has in the past led Women's Day Humanity Walk from the starting point, which that year was from the District 6 Homecoming Centre on Batenkang Street and down to Artscape, where they are always greeted with song and dance. Marlene is disabled, and the previous year she rode on the back of a Harley Davidson down to Artscape, leading about 500 women from St. George's Cathedral. In 2015, they requested for her to be riding on a horse and cart, particularly as this would be synonymous with the spirit of District 6. So we trucked Mona of Mr. Sadiq Lee, dressed her up, as you can see, with feathers and all, and she led the procession for this lovely occasion down the streets. I so wish I could have been there, as the cart horse's origin from District 6 is an age-old culture and tradition. Folks, if you have missed any of our interesting episodes, you can still access them on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. There is something for everyone. On that note, please remember to like and share our page. We need your continued support. As always, I say no donation is ever too big or too small. Thank you once again for tuning in, and until next time, be safe and keep well. Bye, America.
Bye, everybody.
Everyone.